I just came out here. I got home from work today and just got straight to work, kind of. All I did, we'll get you over to the bench here, and I will do this. You. Alright, so I'm not going to do it with one hand, obviously, because you saw how that worked out last time. So that'll be, you'll see the excited, get out of there. So what I did was I got those, now you'll just have to take my word for it, like I said, but so I got all that fitting together in there. My light's not the coolest, apparently. What if I come over here? Maybe a little better? Whatever. Yeah, I got it all fitting down in there. I do want to redo the little thing that I made with the tabs on it there. I kind of want to take another shot at this. And then, of course, I think it's 100% still going to leak. But we'll see how well it works. See, now that's something kind of disappointing because it actually, boop. So, yeah, surprised I was able to do that. So, I shaved the black plastic piece there. I shaved that down so it would fit in my ring. My cobbled together thing there. And then I sort of shaped them tabs to fit down in the tank and hook onto them things, right? This is a gigantic nightmare to get in there and have it be, yeah, and to have it be on empty, in its correct position. But it can be done. So, let me get all this back together real quick. Go put it back on the bike, and we'll take a stand back look and see what we think. I did kind of notice a potential problem just because of how that sits in there. I'm wondering if it's gonna vibrate loose. Probably is the answer, but for now it'll be cool. So there's that, and boom. That's on there. It's on there pretty decent as far as I can tell. Believe me, I'm aware. Like, if you can see without a ridiculous amount of glare, how, so empty's here and then full is all the way around here. It kind of is not where it normally would be, but whatever. That's going to drive me absolutely insane when I'm cruising down the road, but whatever. We'll see how. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I actually kind of like it more than I thought I was going to be honest. I mean, I'll super duper like it if it actually works. If I can get it to be like an actual working gas cap the way it is, and not, bleh, all down the side of the tank constantly. So we'll wait and see. I'm not gonna lie, this one's a dummy, just for anyone who wasn't here. I think I had mentioned that before. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not gonna lie, I want to cut that one off. I want to cut it off and weld on there, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that right now, which raises the question when exactly it's ever really gonna be done, because I intend on getting a new tank for this already at some point. So you never know. That might be another one of the tanks that I just kind of mess with stuff and try stuff out on, like that blue tank that I kind of randomly work on. So now it's on to the wiring, which means I get to take the tank off and get it out of my way. But I'm kind of doing a little dance around the jack here. Hang on, switch hands, boom. If you remember that thing, I made that. Very first thing I ever welded on Dohc. I had to put a little pie cut here, and had to zip that in. You can see right there at the bottom where I burned through. That'll be fine. So yeah, we need to wire this key in, is what we're doing. And then I kind of had the tiniest little oopsie. I don't know if you'll be able to see it without the tank, or with the tank on. It doesn't look like it. But I kind of accidentally might have snipped halfway through one of them coil wires at some point. But yeah, I gotta go through. There was like a ghost drain on it. There was something drawing power and killing the battery when I first got it. And I thought it used to have up here on the handlebars on the little grocery rack there. There was a phone charger. Dude had like a sort of a USB cigarette lighter thing going on. And I did some testing, and it seemed like it was pulling juice from the battery even with the key was off and all that. So I thought that might be it. I got rid of it. But I don't know. I'm still gonna go through. I guess I may as well, since I'm doing it. You know, I may as well go through all the stuff and check it out. Before I start on the wiring, though, that I totally haven't started on already, I promise. I had this idea. I want to, like I said, I wanted to fill them spots in. You see there, like you see the reflective part there. That's the, like I said before, there's holes that go straight through, and I kind of want to just fill them in a little bit, and maybe give it less of a chance to leak. And so my idea is I got some JB Weld Plastibond that says it bonds to everything anyhow. And so I'm just gonna mix up a little shmoo of that, and I want to kind of see if I can't get it down in there pretty flat, you know, like maybe gob some into the actual holes a bit, but then see if I can't work a pretty even layer all the way around there to sort of just flatten that out to give my little doodad here a little bit better of a seat on there. Yeah, don't know. See how it works out. Got this thing done up. Oh, heavens. I don't know if that helped or not. I don't think it did. We'll roll with it and see. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. So this is now. What are we doing here, guys? Yeah. So that's how tight I have it now. My issue, though, which I'm sure just happened, I felt it. Yeah. So this inner piece here sort of twists and locks. And that actually, I mean, aside from you know, this part potentially falling off in the tank and then not reading the gauge and not reading what level there is at all. Aside from that, if it doesn't fall off, it still throws the top off, like it throws your needle off. See, that's supposed to be completely empty, and it's saying it's just under a quarter. So I gotta see if maybe I can't figure out a way to, you know, get that to work, do whatever it needs to do. I don't really want to, I mean, I know what I can do, you know, super cheap and easy and quick is just glue it. But I kind of want to get it, I want to be able to get it back apart if I have to. You know, that might go out the window though, you know, to get it to work. Yeah, we might throw that out the window. I don't know. I'll think about that for a little bit, I suppose. And we'll get back to it. Well, it's the next day. It's a nice Saturday morning. And sure we'll get back out here, back at it. So I haven't really made any progress on that, like whether or not I'm like how I'm gonna address this issue. I'm thinking I'm gonna put some JB Weld, the same stuff that I used underneath there, underneath that little ring. I think I'll feed some of that down in the holes here if I can, and bond that together. It's really just to keep it from twisting apart on the inside there. I don't know, that kind of sucks, because if that ring in here fails, I won't be able to get it back apart. So but that's honestly the only thing I can think of. And then for this, so you saw me cutting away on this so I can get these little pins here so I can wire this in. Well, so what happened was, after that, before I went back in the house, I found this one. And I think I'm going to use this one, right, for two very important reasons. One, it's the color of it will match better the theme of of the bike. You know, but then two, and this one is arguably more important for my sanity is the wire. Like with this, I have to see which one of these pins do what in which order, as far as I'm aware. With this, I'm gonna snip that, and it's hot to hot and ground to ground. Done. So I feel pretty good about that one. At least I mean, that's how I assume it works. Because it's me, it's probably not gonna work like that. But we'll see. So the key's gonna go, well, I mean, I want it obviously to go in the same spot that the other one was gonna go. The only difference is this housing here is just the tiniest bit bigger than the other one I was using, so that has now created the issue of me having to make another one of these, because this now doesn't, I mean, it'll still work here perfectly fine just the way it was, but it won't support this. Right. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new one of these, which isn't really that big of an issue, I guess. Well, hang on now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Alright, so I had to do a rush evacuation over to the bench here, because so this is only off. Of course, I'm not going to be able to do it with one hand. This is only off just a tiny bit, right? Like you see the wonkiness there, right? So what I'm thinking, honestly, is if I take this side here, I mean, I can always scratch all this down and repaint it. That's not a problem. So if I can take the spin here, flatten it back out a little bit without hurting it too much, I can then hopefully reshape it to support this without actually having to do anything else other than that, and then repaint it. But I don't know. I'm gonna try that. Boy, I beat the crap out of this little thing. So what I did was I sanded it down just real quick with the flapper wheel, and sort of just started fitting it on the, where's the thing? So just started kind of, I know I wanted this, that locking pin there to be my reference, right? And so I just kind of bent. You can kind of see if I get the camera in close enough. There you see, you can kind of see those holes line up pretty decent. So I just bent it until those holes lined up pretty decent. That's what it did. And then kind of beat on a little bit more here or there. I am proud of my first crappy weld, because that thing hold, like, that was the strongest part of that. I had to really hammer on that one, but I suppose that shows good weld, doesn't it? So now what I'm gonna do is, because there's a little bit of space in between this inner wall here and the actual key, so kind of fill that up a little bit. Just cheat it in there. I got 2 washers that I'm not using, and what I'll do, oh no, we can do it this way. What I'll do is I'll take these and I'll weld it to the inside here, and that'll close that gap, so it'll just make it a more solid connection. I will have to grind down the excess and make it look neat, but being able to use this this bracket that I first made for the first key, instead of having to just completely make a whole brand new one, that's gonna save me a bunch of time and energy. So I'm willing to try this I got the welder pulled out, getting everything hooked up, turned on, and we'll buzz them in real quick. We're moving right along, aren't we? So I got this thing redone. I got it on there. It does in fact work. It is a little janky. I will need to shave that just the tiniest bit more to make it nice and smooth. It does work though. So now I get to clean this up and paint it again. It should actually, before I get too far ahead of myself, let me go test fit it on the bike. It does indeed still fit on there pretty good. I got my wires started. I started tucking my wires back because they're all gonna run back here now. So I've kind of fed that around there. There was a couple from this loom here. Got pushed back to that side because they'll run along the back side of that. And then from this side, at least, this is all you'll see. Yeah, there you go. It's in there. This whole rig here is still loose. I just got these finger tied up here, so so got a little bit of a game plan going on here, but I think it's going to be a little bit different than what I told you. So how my actual starter switch, if you see it back in there, how that has to run, because with the tank on I can't get to the top side of this, so I have to run that down, which means I have to put the wires up top. It's not the end of the world. You won't be able to see it with the tank on because this is kind of up in the tunnel. But then this right here, this is the wire that I accidentally sort of snipped a little bit there, so I'm gonna replace it. I think I looked at the wiring diagram for this ignition pack or whatever it is, this Dana ignition thing down there, and it was saying that this wire should be either black or blue anyhow, and I have some black wire, so may as well do it. I mean, as long as the wires ran to the right place, I don't think it actually matters all that much, but you know, whatever. But then, so this, I can just run this the exact same way. I might cut this, if you see that zip tie down there, I might cut that and give this wire out of the back of the key a little bit more of a this way motion, because I can't really do it the way it is now. But I don't honestly need much. I only need about to where my finger's at. That's it. So like there's a lot of that loom that's coming off, but I suppose that's how that goes, right? I'll be ready when I can get this thing out of the way. Ready for that. Well, I don't really, I still have some stuff to figure out on this. Like, I mean, I did clean up a couple of the connections here and there, so I feel better about those. And then I've traced it down here, and I even cleaned this up a little bit so far. I do, before I go any further on it, because really I'm at the point now to where I'm just looking stuff over and checking the connections. A lot of the connections that I've found they've been okay. I've cleaned a couple of up, like I said. But before I really finalize anything on that, I do need to still take this off and paint it. So I think this is what I'm going to do real quick. Well, alright kids. I think I'm going to call this one here. I got it to the point where the key wants to fire it and not my toggle switch, and so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just flop a couple wires and that should be cool. Nope. Now I can't get nothing out of it anywhere, so I'm gonna do what I should have done to start and undo all the wire loom. I mean, not completely take it all off, but just undo all the wires and in the whole loom, so I can properly trace them, figure out where they go, and then do whatever I need to do. That'll be in the next video. So thanks everybody for watching this one. And like, share, subscribe, do all the normal stuff. And yeah, catch you in the next one.